Before the fireworks of 1776, before the Declaration and the Revolution, America was already a land of secrets, betrayals, and fierce survival. Native nations had thrived for centuries. European powers carved territories with ambition and greed. And shadowy alliances shaped destinies in whispers no history books would dare reveal. Imagine a world where fortunes were made overnight, lives lost in silence, and every choice rippled across the continent. This is the untold story of America before 1776, where every tree, every river, and every trading post held a hidden tale. Watch closely, for history is far darker and richer than you've ever been told. Don't forget to subscribe to uncover more hidden history. The story begins long before muskets and Liberty Bells, in a land vast and untamed. From the icy forests of the north to the subtropical swamps of the south, this America was alive with the footsteps of its first inhabitants, millions of Native Americans whose civilizations rivaled Europe in complexity and sophistication. Villages hummed with trade, rituals, and stories that wove together life and survival. By the 1600s, Europeans arrived with sails full of ambition and eyes full of greed. The Spanish, French, Dutch, and English carved the continent into a patchwork of colonies, each with its own dreams and despairs. Jamestown's settlers battled starvation and disease, while the Pilgrims navigated frostbitten shores seeking religious freedom. Behind the official histories, though, lurked clandestine rivalries, English spies in French forts, native leaders negotiating secretly with multiple powers, merchants smuggling goods that could make or break empires. This was a land of fragile alliances and unsteady truces, where one wrong word could ignite bloodshed and one secret deal could tip the balance of power. The stage was set for a world on the edge, where the seeds of rebellion, commerce, and conquest were quietly taking root. But danger was closing in, and the choices of a few would forever alter the destiny of a continent. By the mid-1700s, tensions simmered across the colonies. The French and Indian War had left scars deeper than any battlefield. British officers returned home praising victory but imposing harsh taxes and trade restrictions on colonies already weary from survival and uncertainty. In quiet taverns, merchants whispered of smuggling routes along the Chesapeake and the Hudson, of alliances with native leaders, and of fortunes hidden beneath the floorboards of coastal towns. Yet beneath the veneer of civility, danger lurked. Rivalries between colonial governors and merchants were deadly serious, often leading to assassination, imprisonment, or exile. Native nations navigated these treacherous waters, sometimes siding with one power, sometimes another, always to protect their homelands. And in this volatile mix, ordinary men and women craftsmen, farmers, runaway servants found themselves pawns in a game of survival and ambition far larger than their understanding. In the shadows of cities like Boston and Charleston, secret societies emerged, communicating in coded letters and meetings by candlelight. Smuggling, espionage, and rebellion were no longer whispers. They were lifelines. The continent became a chessboard, with each colony, tribe, and European power vying for advantage. The stakes were nothing less than life, liberty, and land itself. And as rumors of rebellion began to circulate, every decision carried weight. Every betrayal could ignite a chain reaction. Tension was almost unbearable, the potential for catastrophe palpable in every port, forest, and river crossing. Then came the moments that history almost forgot, the confrontations that shaped a new America long before. The first shot at Lexington, from secret midnight meetings in Boston taverns to ambushes in frontier forests, men and women acted with courage and cunning. Decisions once dismissed as minor, the choice to warn a neighbor of approaching soldiers, the decision to hide contraband, the act of signing a petition in secret now shimmered with monumental consequence. In one tense confrontation, colonial leaders and native chiefs debated in whispered tones, balancing honor, survival, and the threat of annihilation. Every eye was alert, every gesture loaded with meaning. Betrayals were punished swiftly, loyalties tested beyond reason. And in these fragile, dangerous moments, the future of America was being written, not with declarations, but with choices, sacrifices, and secrets kept in the dark. By 1776, The continent was a powder keg of ambition, fear, and hope. The colonies had endured famine, war, and oppression, yet they were also rich with alliances, culture, and knowledge forged in hardship. The untold story of America before 1776 is one of survival and ingenuity, of hidden heroes and overlooked tragedies. These years laid the foundation for the revolution to come. The networks of trade, diplomacy, and rebellion that flourished in secrecy would fuel the fight for independence. And the legacies of native nations, European settlers, and ordinary colonists remind us that history is never simple, never linear. It is a story of human ambition, courage, and the consequences of choices made in the shadows. America did not spring fully formed from the Declaration of Independence, emerged from centuries of struggle, negotiation, and secret battles. The past, often hidden, shapes the present, urging us to remember that history is never only what is written, but what is lived. For more hidden stories of the past, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The untold story of America before 1776 has only begun to reveal its secrets.